Song kind of gets you going, doesn't it? Good morning and a happy Thursday, day before the weekend. Eric Granstrom filling in for Dan Koontz on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley on the 6th day of February 2020. I hope you are having a good week so far, and thanks for joining with me here this week. I'll be filling in for Dan through tomorrow and then again on Monday, and we'll tell you why I'm going to be back here on Monday, even though Dan's back from vacation, coming up a little bit later on. Coming up, we have a look at your weather forecast, a much changing forecast here over the next few days. A lot warmer. It's interesting if you're traveling in the higher elevations of Washington right now. We'll check the current pass conditions, and it's kind of night and day depending on which pass you're tending to go over. I'll have your latest local news. We'll have sports on the way. Of course, the obscure holiday, the celebrity birthdays, this day in history, Mike McNutty with his opinion, and we'll introduce you to two more of our top 10 royalty candidates for the Washington State Apple Blossom Festival. Carmen, Valencia, and Chelsea Wickel will be joining us here in the last half of the program here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. First, before we do anything else, let's take a look outside our weather window through our Valley View cameras. Thanks to the Sky-Fi wireless network. Well, yesterday we had to be down on the Cascadian camera. Today, we're not obscured by the clouds and fog, so we get a look down upon the valley from our cross camera this morning. And boy, it's been a calm week as far as the wind is concerned, but that could change for the wind conditions as we continue on. But so far, so good. Kind of just an overcast start to our Thursday here in the Wenatchee Valley. Good morning, Wenatchee and East Wenatchee. Let's go to camera 2 now and take a look down upon the Ville of Cashmere. And Highway 2, rather busy this morning. Yesterday morning, we had some really slick conditions that cropped up as the morning continued. Had a little bit of snow, but had some high humidity and cold temperatures, and that caused quite a bit of problems on US 2 and 97 and 97A, and so we had all kinds of problems yesterday. We'll talk more about that coming up with your newscast here on the NCW Live channel. But good morning, Cashmere. To camera 3 we go, and we'll say good morning to Manson in the foreground there, and you can see Wapato Point off to the right, and Lake Chelan kind of center of your screen there as everybody in the Manson area is rising and shining this morning. A lot of those vacation rental homes in the Wapato Point area there this morning. It looks like a little riffle up on Lake Chelan this morning as far as the wind blowing the water. And camera 4 from our Sky-Fi wireless network. We're looking down from, Valley High, looking down at, is that Highway 2? Blewett, okay. I didn't even know we had that camera. So look at a Blewett Pass this morning, and there's nothing happening as far as traffic is concerned. Here comes a rig. We see it off to the left there. Some headlights coming on. Valley High camera this morning, seeing what's happening as far as the passes are concerned. And Blewett Pass, there's a couple of vehicles that are passing through the camera this morning. Thanks to Sky-Fi Wireless Network for our Valley View cameras all around north central Washington. Now, as far as our weather forecast is concerned, here for today, let me put my reading specs on so I can tell you more about it. Rain likely mainly after 10 o'clock this morning. Going to warm up today. 43, 44 degrees are high today. Chance of precip at 60%. Not much as far as talk of wind is concerned today, but tonight that changes with a 50% chance of showers, patchy fog late night and into tomorrow morning. The winds gusting out of the west up to 20 miles an hour overnight tonight. So again, we mentioned that yesterday. If you have garbage cans to go out tonight for Friday pickup, you might want to wait till Friday morning to do that. The winds tomorrow are going to be much less than experiencing here overnight tonight. Tomorrow we'll see a 30% chance of rain late in the day, maybe some foggy conditions to start your day. The high tomorrow on Friday expected to be about 44 degrees. Extended forecast, rain likely Friday night with cloudy skies, lows down around 33. The rain chance at about 60% Friday night and into Saturday morning. I'm going to cool down a little bit. Snow level will come back down again after some rains here over the next couple of days in the higher elevations. Saturday, a slight chance of showers in the morning, partly sunny in the afternoon. The winds expected 10 to 13 miles an hour on Saturday from the northwest, and a high Saturday expected of 44 degrees. It'll be partly cloudy Saturday night to low of 27, and then Sunday, sunny and 43, looking fairly decent as we head into next week as well, with the high temperatures in the 40s, nighttime lows in the upper 20s to low 30s. That's about normal for this time of year. We're normally 39 for the high, 27 for the low. Yesterday in Wenatchee, we were right in the ballpark. 39 was our high up at the airport, 30 degrees our low. The record high for today was set back in 1967 of 56 degrees. The record low, 0 in 2014. 0. Didn't have a temperature in 2014. Sunrise this morning at 7:20. Sun setting tonight at 5:10. 36 up, or actually it's 30 up at the airport. Here's a big difference between just a little bit of elevation change. 30 at the airport right now, 36 here in downtown Wenatchee. As we check the mountain passes from the Department of Transportation this morning, you're going to find desperate conditions, not desperate as in you're going to be in desperate straits, but desperate as in a big difference. Snoqualmie Pass has heavy rains falling. The roadway is bare and wet with standing water, so careful hydroplane conditions up on Snoqualmie Pass. Currently 35 degrees with that rain falling at Snoqualmie. No restrictions on Snoqualmie Pass. Stevens Pass, a whole different story, gang. They have snow falling, 30 degrees, snow and ice on the roadway. Traction tires required eastbound, advised westbound. Also this morning, starting at 8 o'clock, they're going to do some avalanche control work, and they give the warning that that could last from 30 minutes to 2 hours. So traffic going to be stopped both directions, eastbound at milepost 58, westbound at milepost 64. Again, avalanche control work happening up on US 2 Stevens Pass starting at 8 o'clock this morning. Currently 30 at the summit and snowing there with, again, that traction requirement for eastbound traffic, traction advisory for westbound. Blewett Pass, here we go, another different story here with no restrictions this morning. Roadways bare and wet. Currently 38 degrees at the summit of Blewett Pass. Warmest it's been in a few weeks, as a matter of fact. Overcast skies, nothing falling from the heavens, and the roadway mostly bare and wet on Blewett this morning. So again, Snoqualmie, look for rain and standing water. Stevens Pass has nasty conditions with snow falling and snow and ice, and you can see it right there. Avalanche control work coming up at 8 o'clock this morning. Blewett Pass in pretty good shape with mostly bare and wet conditions. That's a look at our weather forecast and the current pass conditions here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We're 7 minutes into the hour. A brief break, and I'll come back with your latest local news coming up next. It's Wake Up Wenatchee Valley for this Thursday, the 6th of February, 2020. Thanks for joining us. I'll be right back.
Bring the whole family up to Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house in historic downtown Chelan. Applewood smoked brisket, street-style tacos, and our award-winning barbecue rubs and sauces. Our meals pair perfectly with our exciting lineup of craft ales, made right here in Chelan. We've got room for big groups, or give us a call for catering. So grab the kids and check out the fun at Stormy Mountain Brewing and local public house located in the heart of Chelan.
Wow, Wenatchee Valley, Collins winter clearance has begun. 30% off boots, coats, jackets, vests, sweaters, tunics, tops, selected jeans and slacks, winter scarves and gloves. All red checked items are 30% off. Lotus handbags, selected Brighton luggage and jewelry, all on sale. And your favorite brands like Joseph Ribkoff, French dressing, Tribal, Icelandic, soft boots, etc. Super service, super selection, all at Collins Fashions, where fun meets fashions in downtown Wenatchee.
Overcast skies this morning, looking at chance of showers through the midday today. High temperatures expected in the 40s. Currently 30 in downtown, actually 30 up at the airport, 36 here in downtown Wenatchee as we get through a Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. And for Dan Kuntz, I'm Eric Granstrom with a look at our latest local news this morning. Wenatchee police say a former felon intruded at a Ridgeview Lane house on Tuesday and pointed a gun at a witness. Officers allegedly found 47-year-old Scott Anthony Glass in the garage when they were called to the house at 2:45 in the afternoon carrying a knife and brass knuckles. They said they also found a second knife and brass knuckles inside a parked car along with a 9mm pistol. Glass allegedly came to the house to retrieve his parked vehicle, then struggled with the other man during the confrontation. Police say they'll seek charges of first-degree assault, kidnapping, and unlawful firearm possession. Glass, who has an Etiette address, is also known as Scott Anthony Brimble. already awaiting trial on a 2019 charge of methamphetamine possession. He has multiple prior convictions between 2001 and 2007, including one for third-degree child rape. Two separate collisions on icy Highway 97, 7 miles north of Orondo, closed the highway for about an hour yesterday morning, sending 5 people to the hospital with minor injuries. About 6:42 yesterday morning, a semi and a Ford Taurus were involved in a collision that blocked both lanes of the highway. Trooper John Bryant to the Washington State Patrol said a Jeep Wrangler that stopped for the wreck was rear-ended by a Chevy Blazer that then was struck by a Buick Enclave. Douglas County Fire District 4 reported that extraction tools had to be used to free 3 people from their vehicles, and 6 people were treated at the scene, in addition to 5 who were taken to Central Washington Hospital in Wenatchee. Slippery road conditions also led to a 2-vehicle accident on Highway 2 near the Big Y later in the morning yesterday. A GMC was hit by a Kia in that accident. Bryant said a pregnant woman in the GMC was taken to the hospital as a precautionary measure. Well, Chelan County has settled a federal lawsuit brought by a former jail inmate who spent 13 months in solitary confinement. 31-year-old Joshua Stoller says the detention worsened his severe mental illness while he was awaiting trial for threatening a mass shooting in 2015. He sued to try and end the practice of solitary confinement for mentally ill inmates. All parties in the lawsuit agreed on Friday to dismiss the case, but lawyers wouldn't discuss the terms of the settlement with NCW Life this week. Stoller still faces a separate misdemeanor trial next month in Chelan County Court for allegedly stalking one of the victims in his original harassment case, and a felony case in Douglas County where he's accused of possessing firearms illegally. Well, the Chelan County PUD says if power goes out in the Coles Corner, Plain, or Lake Wenatchee area in the coming weeks, could take longer than normal to restore it. That's because there is extensive storm damage to Puget Sound energy power lines west of Stevens Pass. Those lines provide backup for Chelan PUD in the area, and repairs likely won't be completed until later on this month. Well, parking has been a perennial problem in Leavenworth, and residents now have a chance to weigh in on some possible solutions. City's Parking Advisory Committee is holding an open house this evening at 6:30 at City Hall. Among the suggestions are downtown parking meters, designated parking areas for employees of local businesses, and special permits for city residents. The committee is also looking at having designated parking hours in residential areas. City Council eventually will decide what changes, if any, to make in parking policies. Well, erratic winter weather has caused problems for road crews throughout the region. Several times this winter, snowfall has been followed by warm temperatures, rain, and a wet, destructive mess. In Douglas County, the problems have been especially bad in the Bridgeport and Mansfield areas. Douglas County posted that crews have been busy repairing damage to Dyer Hill and Central Ferry Canyon roads, among others. Although sparsely populated in many cases, the county said the access these roads provide is vital to many living in the area, and crews who are working hard to repair damage as quickly as possible. The reaction to the county's post was mostly negative from residents in the area, but the county said with more than 1,850 miles of road to maintain, their crews address problems as quickly as possible. That's the latest local news at 13 past the hour. Grant is actually taking a day off, but he did give us a little preview of what we can expect tonight on the evening news here on the NCW Life channel.
Good morning, Eric. Coming up tonight on the NCW Life Evening News, I will be off the next couple days, but Jefferson Robbins will be sitting in the anchor chair, and he'll have our weekly Kennel Cameos feature from the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. He'll also let you know about some of the fun things for you to do this weekend. Eric will have your very mild North Central Washington weather forecast, and we'll also have a look at the day's sports action. All that and more coming up tonight at 5, 6, and 10 on the NCW Life Evening News. Hope to see you then. Eric?
Thank you much, Grant. So Jefferson on the news call tonight. I'll be in with your weather forecast and the sports as well. If you'd like to reach us here at the NCW Live channel, we have a multitude of ways you can do so. You can reach out through our website at ncwlife.com. You can email us at news@ncwlife.com. You can also call our hotline at NCWL. That's 888-6295. You can also reach us directly through our Facebook page. And while you're on our Facebook page, we hope you like us and follow us. We're going to take a quick break, come back with a ton of sports news, including what happened with the Wenatchee Valley College men's and women's basketball team. We had a couple of scores also in high school prep, and we'll get you ready for the week ahead and the weekend ahead. It's right here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley for a Thursday. I'll be right back.
Is search engine optimization right for my business? Maybe. Studies show the first and second search results get 50% of all the clicks. But you have to fight national chains to get there. If the user has to scroll down to find you, tough luck. You could hide a dead body on page 2 and the whole zombie apocalypse on page 3. Or you could spend less and get an ad in the Impact Big Print phone book, giving local businesses a chance to shine.
Impact Directories. Bigger print, better book.
People are really skeptical of our industry. They have been sold products, they have been sold policies they either don't need, don't understand, confusing. I understand that. We are more about the process and the people. Our SFG roadmap is designed to take care of all of those concerns. For those that have questions about their retirement, we would love the opportunity to sit down and chat with you.
16 minutes past the hour here for a Thursday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. In for Dan Kuntz, I'm Eric Granstrom, looking at cloudy skies. Rain today here for the Wenatchee Valley. Temperatures in the mid-40s. We have 30 up at the airport, 36 downtown as we look at your latest local news for a Thursday. Well, the Wenatchee Wild started off a 3-game road trip north of the border on a good note last night, picking up a 3-2 shootout win at Prince George. Tyler Young got Wenatchee on the board first in the 4th minute of the second period. Luke Ormsby gave the Wild a 2-0 lead with his 10th goal of the season in the third. But the Wild could not hold on to that lead through 4 minutes of overtime. The game would head to a deciding shootout. Art Checker had the call on the Wenatchee Wild Hockey Network, the video courtesy of Hockey TV.
On the glove side, back to the right point, Herzog again. That snapshot deflects. Shot from a tough angle by Young. Now back to the point again. Loose in front, score! Tyler Young got the rebound home after it bounced around the rail a couple of times. Ended up on Herzog's stick at the right point. His shot came through and the rebound just off to the right-hand side of the netminder. And Tyler Young able to punch it home. That gets the Wild on the board. They lead it 1-0. Smacked away by the paddle of Woodside. Up high to Ormsby, shoots and he scores! Puck came out of the left corner to Luke Ormsby at the top of the left circle, and he spun and just quickly wrapped it home off the iron and in. Sniped by Luke Ormsby, and the Wild now lead it 2-0. So Prince George on the power play. Nick Boken swings it over to Welsh, down low left side, centering feet, backdoor score. Very quick execution as they worked it around. From down low on the left wing side, they zipped it through the slot, poked it off his blade. Lunging Bayless wanted to clear, but he gets held in, dished back across and scores. Corey Cunningham. What a bad break for the Wild, but Cunningham with a beautiful finish because that backhand dish was redirected out of midair. Cunningham keeps his scoring streak alive, and this game now tied at 2. Final couple of seconds are going to tick off the clock, and this game is headed to sudden death overtime. Picked up on the near wing, and they'll get it down into the Wild zone on the right wing boards. Final couple of seconds tick away, and this game is going to be decided in a shootout. Referee's address, the right-hander will pick up the puck, comes right up the middle, shoulder fake, deke, backhander scores. It'll be Brett Chorsky from Edina, Minnesota. Big lanky right-hander. He's going to curl over to his right. Puck rolled for a minute, lays down. He's in, he curls, shot, oh, and he scores. Oh, my. For Prince George, Tom Richter, second shooter. He's a lefty. He'll angle way wide to his right, hits the blue line, angles back in, and the puck jumps up and rolled off his blade and to the end wall. Never even got the shot off. He cuts off to his left. Waits, hits the brakes, rips one in. Hit the brakes and just wired a snapshot on the glove side across the body. Who scored the game-tying goal has a chance to try to even things up here. He's a lefty, drifts way wide to the near side. 5-hole attempt is no good. And that's it. And the Wenatchee Wild will pick up the win in the shootout.
So the Wild get the win last night. Will continue on the road coming up tomorrow. They'll be in Surrey to take on the Eagles at 7 o'clock. Then they'll head to Langley Saturday for a 7:15 game. Wenatchee returns home for its final 2 home games of the regular season next Friday against Vernon and next Saturday against Chilliwack. Well, the Wenatchee Valley College men and women picked up a sweep on the road at Columbia Basin Community College in NWAC play last night. Lady Knights got 18 points from Natalie Andreas and 15 from Chastity Spady in a 69-54 win over the Hawks. WVC improved to 16-7 overall, 6-3 in conference play with a win. On the men's side last night, WVC had 4 players in double figures in a 91-79 win over Columbia Basin. Malik Parsons came off the bench and pumped in 28 points, while Chance Michaels had 15, Abdullah 15, and Austin Hatch 12 in the victory. Coming up tonight in women's college basketball, Eastern Washington hosts Montana. That's a morning game at 11 o'clock at Eastern and Cheney. Central Washington welcomes Alaska to Ellensburg tonight at 5:15. And later at 7, number 12 Gonzaga travels to Pacific in West Coast Conference play. On the men's side of college basketball tonight, Eastern Washington plays at Montana at 6. Central Washington hosts Montana State Billings at 7:30. And tonight at 8 on CBSSN, number 2 Gonzaga hosts Loyola Marymount. On the Les Schwab Prep basketball scoreboard from last night, Chelan girls put away Tonasket 55-26 in an oddly game. And on the boys' side for Chelan, Cade Christopherson led all scorers with 26 points. And the Goats came out victorious 84-25. Tigers were held to single digits in each quarter, including just 3 in the 4th frame. Coming up tonight on the Prep girls basketball schedule, Cashmere celebrates its seniors tonight with a 5:45 game at home against Cascade. The Entiat girls travel to Wilson Creek at 5:45. Same story for the boys tonight, with Cashmere hosting Cascade at 7:15. At halftime of the boys' game, Cashmere's Haley Van Lith will be recognized for being selected to the McDonald's All-American National Game. Entiat and Wilson Creek get going tonight at 7:30. Tonight's also hockey night here on the NCW Life Channel. We'll be featuring the Wild and Trail Smoke Eaters from the Town Toyota Center back on January 25th. Art Checker has the call at 7 o'clock here on your TV home for the Wild, the NCW Life Channel. And after hockey tonight, we'll wrap our sports schedule at Eastmont High School tomorrow night when the Wildcats host Davis. It's senior night, and I'll be courtside for your play-by-play with the girls live on our Facebook stream at 5:45, followed by the boys at 7:30. Television broadcast begins at 6:30 for the girls after the evening news on the NCW Life Channel. The boys will be on TV at about 8 o'clock tomorrow night. Don't forget, we have the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant to kind of cap off our Day of Blossom broadcast coming up Saturday here on the NCW Life Channel. It starts at 4 o'clock in the afternoon with the broadcast debut of A Lot of Fuss About a Parade, that documentary for the Apple Blossom Festival that came out last year in celebration of the 100th festival. Following the documentary, we'll have the top 10 interviews all in an hour's time frame from 5:30 to 6:30. 6:30, join us live for coverage of the Countdown to Coronation from Wenatchee High School's auditorium. Actually, we're out in the hallway outside the auditorium. Julie Agins-Kuntz and I will bring you that broadcast starting at 6:30, and then 7 o'clock live on all of our channels, on the local channel, Channel 12, Charter Channel 19, ncwlife.com on our stream, and also on our Facebook page. We will bring you live coverage of the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant starting at 7. That's Saturday right here on the NCW Life Channel. Speaking of, we will have 2 more interviews coming up a little bit later on here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley for this Thursday. We'll introduce you to candidates Carmen, Valencia, and Chelsea Wickel here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. It is 24 minutes past the hour here for the 6th of February, obscure holiday of the day today as we get to that portion of our program. National Frozen Yogurt Day. I forgot to ask you, Megan, are you a fan of frozen yogurt? Okay, what's the flavor you like? Cake batter. Wow, okay, and they keep coming out with new stuff all the time. So cake batter would be Megan's choice if you're going to splurge and get Megan a little something special. Do you still eat it, or is it you have to stay away from it? No, okay. Oh, you can't hear her, but I can. Megan says she's sick of. Oh, that's right. You worked at a yogurt place. Oh, that's right. That'll kind of ruin it for you. Frozen yogurt, National Frozen Yogurt Today. Yogurt originated in the Middle East and Central Asia. Turkey, one of the top consumers of yogurt. Apparently, the folks in Turkey consume 282 cups of yogurt a year. Yogurt comes in several varieties. Frozen yogurt to liquid yogurt. One's made with various additional ingredients, fruit, gelatin, and some other fun stuff. Yeah, if I do frozen yogurt, I don't do regular yogurt. I don't know why. I don't know. It's a consistency thing. But frozen yogurt, I like chocolate. I'm kind of boring. But yogurt has that kind of a little, what is it? It's a tang. There's some sort of a tang that goes on there. But today is National Frozen Yogurt Day. So celebrate by getting yourself some frozen yogurt. It is the 6th of February, and as we look back in history, it was on this date in 1911. I love this stuff because I didn't know this until I looked it up to get ready for the show today. The official Rolls-Royce mascot. You see it there on the screen, that little flying person, or it's a person with wings. They officially chose that as their mascot from several drawings back in 1911. That silver-winged animal is called the Spirit of Ecstasy. I didn't know that. Of course, I can't even say that I've ever actually been close to a Rolls-Royce. But it's been used as their hood ornament on a car ever since. Now, if you had one of the original ones, even if it's just the emblem, that little moniker from the top of the radiator cap, man, that would be worth a lot of money today. But 1911, Rolls-Royce adopted the Spirit of Ecstasy as its official mascot, if you will. It was on this date in 1926 in Dubuque, Iowa. Why does it seem appropriate that Iowa is the first place for a donut machine? I don't know why. I don't know too many Iowans, but they're lovely people. Apparently, though, they like their donuts. The first donut-making machine launched by a company called Trausch Bakery on this date in 1926. Evidently, so many people were eating donuts that they had to have a machine, finally, to pump them out. So there you go, the ladies putting the donuts on a stick. It was also on this date in 2003, ABC's 2020 aired the Granada television documentary, Living with Michael Jackson. This gave us a look into what we knew he was a little different, and then we found out he was a little creepy. In this particular documentary, on this date in 2003, it was 8 months of sit-down interviews and following around with cameras that finally came to television after about 2 years of following around with cameras. He gave an inside look to his life, and it actually wound up getting him in trouble. Michael Jackson revealed he allowed children to sleep in his bed. When combined with other testimony, eventually led to a court case for child molestation. He was found innocent of those charges, but there was some civil litigation that happened from that as well. But that creepy special, Living with Michael Jackson, on this date in 2003. Celebrating birthdays today. Well, we celebrate his birthday even though he's no longer with us. Ronald Reagan. He was the president of my youth when I first became aware of presidents and what they were and all of that. It was about the time I was probably junior high school, something like that. Ronald Reagan was the president then. Ronald Reagan, born on this date in 1911, of course best known as the 40th president of the United States, serving from 1981 to 1989. He was the governor of California from 1967 to 75. Of course, an actor prior to that. Over 50 movies, and who could forget Bedtime for Bonzo? Well, Nancy and I, Ronald Reagan was born on this date in 1911. Also, you go from one extreme to the other here on the birthdays. Axl Rose celebrating a birthday today. He is 57 today. Born William Bruce Rose Jr., raised as Bill Bailey. American singer, songwriter, record producer, musician, of course, the lead vocalist for Guns N' Roses. Axl Rose is 57 today. I think if he was Bill Bailey, I don't think we would probably recognize him as much as Axl Rose of Guns N' Roses. Also celebrating a birthday today, our own celebrity here in the Wenatchee Valley, Dave Harold, is 68 today. Can you believe Dave Harold is 68? The guy acts like he's about 19. And the energy this guy has is amazing. Of course, the host of Sunny FM, he's also an owner and partner in Resort Radio, the owners of Sunny FM, former owner and morning guy forever on KW3. Dave Harold is celebrating his 68th birthday today, so be sure and tell him we said happy birthday. Now, we go from our day to the day at the pound, and we're trying to get some help. Do they call it the pound anymore? They probably don't, do they? No, okay. It's the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society. They don't call it the pound anymore. But we have kennel cameos with Megan McPherson, and we're going to meet Maggie the cat.
Hey everyone, Megan here with the NCW Life channel. We're here with Renee Parkins, the Development Officer of the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society, and Maggie is joining us this week. She's recovering. She had a little surgery.
She did. She had a benign tumor, which means non-cancerous, removed from her back right side, and she got her sepals out yesterday, so she's healing up great. They expect that there'll be no issues with that, and but she's a little leery of mostly the camera, I think.
She likes her treats, though.
Yeah, she does love treats. But she's a 12-year-old girl, so she's, you know, a little more quiet, relaxed. She's looking for a home where she can be the only one, and she can sit on your lap and watch TV and just be very mellow with you.
So no kids and dogs?
No kids and dogs, no other cats.
Yeah.
She just wants to be the one and only. So
what should someone do if they want to adopt her?
If they want to adopt her, they can come down to the shelter. They can meet her. She's ready to go home. She's been spayed, vaccinated, and microchipped, so she's ready to go home today. And she loves to purr.
And she does.
The Wenatchee Valley Humane Society is located at 1474 South Wenatchee Avenue and is open Monday through Friday from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. and Saturday and Sunday from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Give them a call at 509-662-9577 or visit their website at wenatcheehumane.org. This has been Kennel Cameos at the Wenatchee Valley Humane Society.
All right, Wake Up Wenatchee Valley here at 32 minutes past the hour. I'm not sure who Bjorn Doe is. Might be related to me. My middle name's Bjorn, so you never know. Something you didn't know. By the way, hey, Maggie, did Maggie have little white on the ends of her paws by chance? You don't remember? Okay, because now is that called a tabby with those lines on it, that kind of cat? Okay, yeah. That cat, as soon as you showed Maggie on camera there, looked exactly like a cat I had when I was a kid called Boots. And we call it Boots because the end of its paws were white all the way around. And so it looked like it had little white boots on. So we called it Boots. I miss Boots. Boots was a great hunter. We'd watch Boots out the back window of our house. Boots would crawl up into this birch tree we had and hang out on a limb and then jump midair and capture birds mid-flight. It was awesome to watch as a kid. Oh, hey, I had something. I don't know what's going on here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley or what's happening in this studio, but apparently there's a bunch of sickness or illness going around. I couldn't help but notice as I've hosted the show here over the last few days that on the counter behind the camera here, we have a giant bottle of Lysol. There's a giant, as I drop it here, hold on, hang on, hold on. A giant bottle of glass cleaner, which includes quite a bit of ammonia in it. And then there's a giant bottle of Oust Surface and Air. So I don't know if it's sickness or if it's just people that don't smell very good, but does Dan just hose himself down? Is he a germaphobe? Maybe that's it. Yeah, I'll have to find out from Dan when he comes back from vacation why in the world we have all of this in the studio. I asked Megan before we went on the air today. I said, what's up with this? She says, I'm not sure about that. But yeah, evidently somebody likes to be clean around here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. So I'm going to use the glass cleaner and go around the studio while we take a commercial break. And we'll come back with Mike Magnotti's opinion. Also, we've got interviews with Carmen, Valencia, Chelsea Wickel, two more of our top 10 candidates as we get ready for the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant coming up on Saturday. I'm going to clean up. We'll see you in a little bit here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley.
My name is Lacey Haggerty, and I'm a nurse midwife with Columbia Valley Community Health. I love all aspects of my job because it is a profession that's very committed to empowering women to make decisions in their health care that feel best for them. It's incredibly valuable to me as a midwife that I get to take care of women throughout their whole lifespan. I hope to see you at a future visit because I know you'll love having midwifery care.
Arctic Refrigeration and Heating, serving North Central Washington, is proud to offer the finest heating and cooling air quality products along with prompt and professional customer service since 1984. Regardless of the temperature outside, Arctic is here for you. Arctic offers a variety of services: residential and commercial heating, air conditioning, commercial refrigeration, as well as planned fall and spring maintenance for the overall well-being of your system. Call Arctic Refrigeration and Heating for your heating and cooling needs.
My name is Anaisa Lemus, and I teach at John Newberry Elementary. I had a tooth in the front that was just always causing me problems. It was just happening so regularly. I went to go get a root canal done, and the root canal didn't help a whole lot because when it came back, both of my parents went to Dr. Divis's office. They really recommended him because he had done such a great job on their teeth. I went and really have had a really pleasant experience with him. He just made me feel really at ease with everything. He was really confident with what he was doing. He said, you know, this is one of his favorite parts of his job, which really made it easier for me because, you know, when you're really passionate about something, you know they're going to do a good job. As a teacher, my students, you know, I'll tell them randomly sometimes, oh yeah, with my fake tooth. They're always so shocked. Like, what? It looks like your real tooth. And I'm really happy with the results now.
This is Dr. John Divis. Please call us today.
Let Fitterers Furniture help you turn your dreams into reality with their exciting selection of quality furnishing and accessories. Whatever style you are looking for, you will find beautifully crafted furniture of exceptional value and the unmatched Fitterers customer service to make this shopping experience one you will keep coming back to. Make a point of visiting Fitterers Furniture in downtown Ellensburg.
Quality selection and service since 1896.
The world around us is constantly changing. Major employers in North Central Washington have expressed a need for capable, qualified engineering technologists who can think critically and solve problems. And at Wenatchee Valley College, we listened. We are pleased to offer a Bachelor of Applied Science Engineering Technology degree to provide you with a world of new opportunities. Your time is now. The future is waiting for you.
Hey, this is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and everybody's entitled to my opinion. Now, I recently read a book, Psycho USA by Harold Schechter. Now, this book discusses real but little known American serial killers from the period of 1782 to 1961. Now, although the term serial killer didn't come into vogue until the 1960s, Schechter presents case after case, which shows that serial killers have been a part of American society since the beginning of the society. Schechter suggests that also firearms have made murder of multiple individuals more efficient. Serial killers of our past have simply used the current technology of their time, such as hatchets, which seem to have been very popular, to commit their multiple murders. Schechter also argues convincingly that individuals committing these acts were what is responsible for the crimes they committed, that they were responsible for the crimes they committed, not the tools they use. And I have to say I agree as best as possible. This is Mike Mad Dog Magnotti, and that's my opinion.
Hey folks, Carrie from Blueberry Hills. A chill is in the air and it's a perfect time for some old-fashioned comfort food like our amazing Eggs Benedict, chicken fried steak, French dips, soups made from scratch, or fruit pies fresh from the oven. The crowds might be gone, but we're still here for you folks, so bring an appetite and a friend to Blueberry Hills in Manson, where you pick, you sit, you eat, and you visit. Open Wednesday through Sunday from 8 to 3. wildaboutberries.com.
You don't have to be a member to enjoy the view and dine in style at Highlander Bar and Grill in East Wenatchee. Highlander Grill offers breakfast, lunch, and dinner with dine-in or takeout options. Highlander Grill's friendly staff is here to serve you 7 days a week this winter. Contact Shalane, Highlander Grill's site coordinator, to schedule your corporate event or special occasion.
Thanks for joining us here on the NCW Live channel as we get ready for Apple Blossom Festival 2020 and the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant, getting a chance to meet the candidates. Let's introduce you now to candidate Carmen Valencia. Hi, Carmen.
Hi.
How are you?
Good. How about you?
Good, good. Daughter of Manuel and Maria, right?
Yes.
Okay. Active in Chamber Choir, is the president of Chamber Choir.
Yes.
Ignite leader. For those who don't know what Ignite is, what is that?
So it was a little bit of an orientation for incoming freshmen coming to the Wenatchee High School.
Okay.
Yeah, and my teacher, Molly Butler, was the one who all started it. And it's been a really incredible experience.
Now, I jumped the gun a little bit here. I want to give you a chance to introduce yourself and kind of just tell us a little bit more about yourself.
I am the daughter of Manuel Valencia and Maria Valencia. I have 3 siblings, an older and 2 younger brothers. And I have lived here all my life, and I have really enjoyed living here all my life.
So, you're the only girl?
2 girls, me and my other
Oh,
sister.
okay, okay, all right. But you got one older brother.
2 younger brothers.
2 younger brothers. Oh,
Yes.
I got that totally mixed up. Okay. So what do they think about you doing this?
My younger brothers?
Yeah.
They have been really supportive with me, and then it's so funny because then they're like, oh my gosh, I'm so embarrassed. But then my mom is like, you shouldn't be embarrassed. Yeah.
Why are you running for Apple Blossom Festival?
I am running for Apple Blossom Royalty because it's been, well, like I said, I've lived here all my life, and I've seen past royalty, and it's a tradition for my grandpa and I and my little brother to always go and watch it. And we've always just sit there in front of the courthouse and then just watch everyone walk by, and it's really a really incredible experience.
What was your earliest memory of Apple Blossom Festival?
My earliest memory of Apple Blossom would have to be when my mom would make this little tradition for my siblings and my cousins, actually. We would go to the carnival festival, and we would just ride all the carnivals, take pictures, and then we would always end with the big bears. I don't know what they're called.
Oh, the spinning bears?
Yes,
Yeah.
we would always end with those.
Okay, was that your favorite one?
Yes, even though I got really dizzy, but...
Yeah. I can't do the spinning bear. I just can't do
Yeah.
it. Or it says in your bio that you have this folder
Yes.
that you had ever since you were kindergartner.
Yes.
So what's in it?
So my mom has actually started it ever since I was in kindergarten. It's just a folder of all like the awards and all like my pictures and like little recognitions that my teachers have written me.
What do you want to do after high school?
So after high school, I'm planning on staying here 2 years at Wenatchee Valley College to get my AA, and then hopefully transfer to Wazoo, Washington State University, to get my nursing degree.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have anybody in your family or somebody you know that's in healthcare, or?
Nope. I'm the first one to go into nursing, yeah.
Okay. So why did you choose that path for yourself?
So my little brother Andres has autism, and that's what kind of inspired me to start like into the nursing career, just because I wanted to learn more about it and more like of the medicine field, because I always knew I wanted to become something in the medical field, and that was kind of like my little push through.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, that's good for you. So in this whole experience of the top 10, what has been a highlight for you?
Definitely the girls. I love every single one of them. They have a really special place in my heart, and I am going to be so excited for the day of pageant.
So speaking of which, I follow that with a very difficult question.
Okay.
What makes you best to be queen?
Well, any of the 9 candidates, including me 10, I believe that anyone can become a queen. But what makes me personally for this queen would be that I include everyone and that I never leave anyone behind. And that's just something my mom and dad have always taught me. And I believe that with inclusivity, we will all get through this together.
Okay, I like that. What's your largest accomplishment so far in your life?
My largest accomplishment in life would be seeing my sister in Pullman because she goes there for Wazoo. That's actually why I decided to go to Wazoo after 2 years.
Okay.
Yeah, we would make this like a monthly trip to go visit her, and then she'd be like homesick, so then we would all go visit her, and we would make that a trip.
So was there anything about the campus, or was it?
Yes. Also, the campus is very like welcoming, and I just knew as soon as I stepped on the campus, it would be a really good match for me.
Okay. Yeah, it goes along with you being inclusive.
Yes.
Sounds like it's a good place for you to be included.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, congratulations on being part of the top 10.
Thank you.
And best of luck to you.
Thank you so much.
All right, there you go. Candidate Carmen Valencia joining us here on the NCW Life Channel as we get ready for the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant, and we'll have it live on the NCW Life Channel.
Experience the relaxation that a Bullfrog Spa provides. Visit Pool to Spa Services on Worthen Street, down from Pybus.
You want to help others. You need a solid career. You can have both with help from Charter College. Our 10-month medical assistant program prepares you to work in healthcare settings like physician offices, rehab centers, and clinics. You'll learn to take vitals, assist with exams, administer injections, and maintain records. When you're ready to launch a rewarding healthcare career, stop by our campus at 595 Grant Road across from Safeway, or visit chartercollege.edu.
Thanks for joining us here on the NCW Life Channel. I'm Eric Granstrom as we meet the top 10 candidates for the upcoming Royalty Selection Pageant sponsored by Cashmere Valley Bank. Let's introduce you to yet another candidate. We have Chelsea Wickel here. Hi, Chelsea.
Hi.
How are you?
Good, how are you?
Good. Daughter of Steve and Lisa. I want to make sure and get that right.
Yes.
Tennis, band, MS Walk, Special Olympics. We'll talk more about that. I wanted to give you a chance, first of all, to introduce yourself to the folks that are watching here today.
Well, my name is Chelsea Wickel. I am a senior at Wenatchee High School, and most of what I do actually is band. I'm on the drum line, and that is what my life is based around. I love music, and I spend about 75% of my life doing band.
Why are you running for Apple Blossom Top 10?
Well, I'm very proud of Wenatchee, and I have lived different places, and I have traveled, and I love coming back to Wenatchee. I love how positive it is. I love small towns. I love being able to go to a restaurant or a cafe and see someone I know and talk to them. And Wenatchee has given me so many opportunities, and this is just a unique opportunity to serve Wenatchee.
So what did Mom and Dad say when you got the paperwork and you're filling it out? Okay, we're gonna do this. What did they say?
They were beyond supportive, and they were really, really happy that I was trying out.
Awesome. What's your earliest Apple Blossom memory?
A funnel cake eating contest when I was young.
Okay.
And I wasn't participating in it, I was watching it. But I remember this little boy, and well, he was little in my eyes, he was probably a teenager, but he...
What happened? I'm afraid, because I've been part of these eating contests with the Apple Blossom Festival, and I have some not very fun memories of those. But,
I was sitting in the front row with my friends, and we'll say the funnel cake and the whipped cream got all over the place. It was my first Apple Blossom experience at the food fair.
As a child, what or who did you pretend to be when you would play?
It wasn't a who, it was a cat.
Oh, a cat?
Yes.
Okay. Why?
I had a cat growing up. That was our pet. I also had a dog, but I didn't pay attention to it. I wanted to be a cat. Everywhere I'd go, I meowed at people. And
Now, how old were you when this was going on?
Before I was in school.
Okay. What do you want to do after high school?
I hope to go to college to study biomedical engineering.
Okay. Now, for those who might not understand what that kind of career would be, where does that take you?
It's biology and engineering combined into one. So what I would be doing is designing technology and other...
So like fake hearts, I mean, replacement hearts and valves and all that kind of stuff?
Yeah, a lot of computer work too, to help the medical field.
What has been the highlight for you of this whole top 10 experience?
A lot of the girls were my best friends. 2 of them were my best friends in elementary school, and I went to a different middle school, and it wasn't until senior year that I really reconnected with them, and it was really special because we talked about birthday parties we'd go to and different memories we had at school, and it was really special.
So, Chelsea, why you as queen above the other 9?
Above the other 9?
Well, somebody's got to be queen, so
well,
why you?
I love all the girls, but I think that I should represent the Valley because of my love for it. I love meeting new people to serve.
To this point in your life, you're what, 17, 18?
18.
Okay, 18 years. So, kind of hard to say, but what's your largest accomplishment so far?
My largest accomplishment was actually my junior year. I'm a section leader in the Wenatchee Golden Apple Band, and this is more of a proudest moment and accomplishment. At our very last competition, we won the biggest award, which is Grand Sweepstakes, and I lead the bass drummers. I lead 5 bass drummers, and in the beginning of our time together, we couldn't work very well together, and things weren't, it was very negative, and towards the end, I learned that they were lifelong friends, and seeing them happy together, playing music, and then just winning overall made me really proud. Thank you.
And congratulations on the top 10.
Thank you.
It's been nice to get to know you a little bit.
You too.
And good luck.
Thank you.
You bet. Candidate Chelsea Wickel joining us here on the NCW Life Channel as we will bring you the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant live right here on the NCW Life Channel.
The Cottage Inn has been a Wenatchee Valley landmark since 1940, making it one of the longest-running locally owned restaurants around. And it's better than ever. Steak, seafood, and their famous homemade desserts for dinner, wonderful lunch items, and breakfast on Sundays, all made from scratch and at an affordable price. It's no wonder the Cottage Inn has been so popular for over 75 years. Enjoy a fabulous meal today at the Cottage Inn on Easy Street in Old Station.
If you are looking for dependable car service and repair, visit the good guys at Quick Lube and Tune. They've been keeping cars and trucks in the Wenatchee Valley running smooth for 35 years. Quick Lube and Tune is your hometown shop for a 10-minute oil change, complete tune-ups, alignments, brakes, mufflers, air conditioning service, and more. Get more life out of your vehicle by bringing it to the local guys you can trust at Quick Lube and Tune on South Wenatchee Avenue.
Local breweries are on a row in Wenatchee. Brewers Row, that is. Start with Wenatchee Valley Brewing Company near Riverside 9 Apartments. Continue south down Riverside Drive to Columbia Valley Brewing. Then it's off to Badger Mountain Brewing on the corner of Arrondo and Columbia Streets. Further south on Columbia is 509 Beer Works. Each has its own charm, unique menu, and some of the best locally made brew around. Find it all on Brewers Row along the waterfront in downtown Wenatchee.
How much are you paying for adult, family, or assisted living? Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living offers one-bedroom apartments for one affordable price. Their rates are all-inclusive. No nickel or diming or sudden increases, just one set price. You or your loved one will receive good food and excellent care in a relaxed, home-like environment. Stop on by for a tour to see if the Epladolin family is the right choice for you.
Family-owned and operated Epladolin Retirement and Assisted Living in Cashmere. Affordable care.
Just about 54 minutes past the hour here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley for this Thursday, the 6th of February 2020. Eric Granstrom filling in for Dan Kuntz. We'll talk more about apple blossom coming up in just a moment. First, let's see what's in store for us weather-wise as we get through the day today. As you can look outside the weather window, cloudy skies and a chance of rain today. Patriot Plumbing, Heating, and Cooling sponsoring our weather forecast here on the NCW Life Channel. 60% chance of rain through the midday today. Not much wind expected, but just cloudy and wet and kind of dreary looking. 43 our high today. Cloudy skies overnight tonight. Lows down to 35. Tomorrow we'll see chance of showers in the morning, partly cloudy in the afternoon, a high of 44. Also some winds expected to pick up here tomorrow, overnight tonight and into tomorrow morning, gusting as high as 20 miles an hour out of the west. Tomorrow also maybe some patchy fog in the morning, so be careful about that as we get into the commute on a Friday. As we look at the weekend, not too bad. It's mostly clear skies, mostly dry and fairly decent. 44 on Saturday for the high, 27 the overnight low, so we'll wake up Sunday morning with some frost on the windows and then rise up to about 43 degrees. Extended forecast going to be dry, just a few clouds moving back in with high temperatures in the 40s, nighttime lows in the upper 20s to around 30. Maybe some clouds moving in by the middle and latter part of next week. We're at 34 degrees up at the airport right now here at Wake Up Wenatchee Valley as we turn our attention to the mountain passes. And coming up, some pass clearing going to be necessary on Stevens Pass. Right now we'll look at Snoqualmie Pass. That's the latest image from the Department of Transportation this morning. Heavy rain falling on Snoqualmie Pass with standing water on the roadway. There's no restrictions. The only restriction might be just slow down on Snoqualmie Pass because of that standing water with the heavy rain showers that are falling. Now, as far as Stevens Pass is concerned, completely different picture. As we look at that, the latest image says snowing, and it is snowing, 32 degrees at the summit of Stevens Pass. Traction tires are required eastbound, and they were advised westbound, now required for westbound earlier. They were advised earlier, now required. So it's a traction requirement both directions. That means change required for the big rigs, and also avalanche control work coming up in just a few minutes on Stevens Pass. They say anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours of delays expected. Traffic will be stopped eastbound at milepost 58, westbound at milepost 64. So about 7-8 mile stretch of the roadway is going to be closed for avalanche control work. Again, that starts at 8 o'clock and runs for anywhere from 30 minutes to 2 hours at Stevens Pass. Blewett Pass in really good shape this morning. Very warm up there as well at the summit of Blewett Pass. 36 degrees, no restrictions. Roadway is bare and wet. It's currently raining at the summit of Blewett Pass. So winter really can't make up its mind right now what it wants to do. We get snow 1 minute and then rain and then snow and then rain and then, back and forth we go. And that's going to be the theme here over the next several days. But careful if you're traveling on the passes. And if you were going to take Stevens Pass this morning, maybe head Blewett Snoqualmie because who knows how long the avalanche control work may take on the summit of Stevens Pass. About 3 minutes left of the show here. Reminder of coming up this weekend. We've got Blossoms in the Air here on the NCW Life Channel. The broadcast debut on television of A Lot of Fuss About a Parade. That's the documentary that came out last year for the Apple Blossom Festival in celebration of its 100th festival. That starts at 4 o'clock Saturday afternoon here on the NCW Life Channel. That'll be followed by all 10 interviews I did with the top 10 candidates. Meet the Top 10 at 5:30. And then we'll go live to the Wenatchee High School auditorium. Julie Agins-Kuntz and I will bring you the Countdown to Coronation starting at 6:30 here on the NCW Live Channel. And then the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant Saturday night, live 7 o'clock, and multitude of ways to watch it. You can watch it on television on Local Tel Channel 12, Charter Channel 19, also on our Facebook feed, also on our website at ncwlife.com. Hope you join us for the Blossoms and the Cashmere Valley Bank Royalty Selection Pageant coming up Saturday. We have rebroadcast schedules as well. If you miss it on Saturday, or even maybe you're going to be in the audience on Saturday, you want to watch it again, we'll have it for you again 7 o'clock on Sunday night here this weekend on the NCW Life Channel. Thanks to Carmen, Valencia, and Chelsea Wickel for joining us here this morning. 2 of our top 10 interviews. We'll have the final 2 coming up tomorrow morning here on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. We'll meet Megan Lindell and Abby Will revealed, the final 2 candidates as we get ready for the pageant coming up this weekend. I was just reading while I went to my desk while we were watching those interviews with the top 10 candidates here this morning, kind of looking at some of the headlines. And a headline that came out of Major League Baseball today, rule change. Rob Manfred, the Major League Baseball commissioner, has instituted a rule from his desk, and it sounds like nobody really agreed to it. But big change in relief pitchers. They're now saying the rule is going to be that a relief pitcher must face 3 batters. No more of just a guy coming in to face 1 batter and then he's out, and they're trying to speed up the game. So we'll see what kind of ramifications that might have with a 3-batter minimum for relief pitchers in Major League Baseball unless they're injured or hurt. More on that coming up. I'll also have the latest sports for you coming up. Jefferson Robbins will have our newscast coming up tonight. And, of course, I'll be back again tomorrow morning for another finally Friday edition of Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Have a good Thursday. We'll see you tomorrow.